Today we're here with Kristin
Kristin LeFever.
LeFever and
Nick Williams.
Nick Williams at Manic on Main in Wadsworth, and we wanted to ask them a few questions for this presentation, and we'll just go ahead and jump right on in. Where did you grow up, and where did you go to school, and that sort of thing? So talk a little bit about yourselves.
I grew up in Akron, Ohio, West Akron. We went to Firestone, Case Firestone, Litchfield.
I grew up in Wadsworth and went to school here.
Cool. Very cool. What year did you graduate?
2007.
So that's fine.
I can say failed high school art twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And yet you still became an artist. You probably just didn't fit into the classical artist mold, right? With your abstract work.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's okay. So talk about your background in art and related fields, other jobs that you might have had, something like that.
I'm like a serial entrepreneur. I've had like a million different creative jobs and like unpaid creative jobs. I just haven't been able to settle on exactly what I wanted to do. So I would think like what kind of made me fall into this would be that it's so many different like connected pieces of creativity, and like I get like the people that come in here, the relationships and stuff. I never really was like an artist per se, but I always really appreciated art. So like I like see myself more as an art appreciator and to like support others that are good at it.
Awesome, thank you. Nick?
I never had like a creative job or like a job in art, but I just started painting one day when I was 27.
Awesome.
And just fell in love with it.
Awesome. So what led you into this endeavor, Kristin?
So my husband and I both grew up in Akron and around Akron. We moved to New Jersey for 4 years, and it was just like so much, like so many cool boutiques, galleries, like access to like culture there. And after a few years there, my husband lost his job, and we kind of tried to stay there, but we're like kind of like we're not sure we want to stay there. But some circumstances led to us like wanting to come back to Ohio, and but I did not want to come back to Ohio and just like be exactly what I was doing before. Like I needed to do something different and fresh. So my husband is classically trained art. I am like just kind of like high school dropout, try everything to do everything myself kind of type. What could we do together that would be like maybe fit those in some sort of way? So like my like kind of crazy personality of like liking too many things, not really being good at anything, and his being like more focused. This just seemed like a natural thing to try. So that's kind of what led us in. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's great. Let's talk about interest in the arts and artists.
Why don't you take this one, Nick?
I mean, like all the greats. My favorite is Picasso.
Awesome.
Or Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yes.
And there's a lot. George Condo, he's great. I don't know.
Have you seen the Basquiat movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
How about interest in other areas of art for you? I know you did a lot of drawing.
Yeah, I always drew. Like as long as I can remember, I've always drawn. And so when I started painting, I would mostly, like I just have a bunch of sketchbooks that I would just paint my old sketches until like I ran out of that. Then I started buying canvas, and I would like look up YouTube videos on artists and like read what I could with different styles, and I'd like try this out, one night, or so it's kind of all over the place.
Okay. Is there one particular artist that you think your style replicates more than others, or?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you.
one cool thing about Nick's artwork too is that he like finds most of the things he paints on. So like.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's how somebody told me about Jean-Michel, because I would like find like scrap wood laying around, and I would just take it home and paint on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what this guy did. And then I started learning all about him.
Cool. Very good.
That's where I found the door.
Oh, that's the door. That's awesome.
Yeah, one night, I'm a pizza guy, so I was delivering all night, and I drove by this door like all night, and I finally went up because they were like redoing their kitchen or something, and I just asked them if I could take the door.
Nice.
Took it home and worked on it for a month.
That's awesome. Great
Just
story.
1 month.
Okay, what are your favorite things about owning your own studio/gallery?
My favorite things, I would say the community. Like, this is really like a community space. Like, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's a gift shop, it's a gallery, but like, people come in here and they see other people that they've met here, and like, now they know, and now they're friends, and now they have things to talk about and discuss their artwork with each other.
Cool.
I don't think a lot of that type of thing is available for this. So like, I feel like I'm really doing something valuable, like, which has always been important to me. So that's my favorite thing about it.
Awesome. Yeah, and Wadsworth greatly appreciates it. You know, I've lived here in Wadsworth for about 6 years, and yeah, it is something that the community has needed. There's a lot of that out in, say, Medina and like Summit County, but not so much out here. So yeah, we definitely appreciate that. So, moving on. How long have you been at this location, and what made you pick Wadsworth for your space?
Okay, we've been here about 1.5 years, and we were hearing, it was like this weird kind of like, I want to use like, synergy or something like that, but you know, it was like this, this person that my mother-in-law works with, like her daughter, has a business in Wadsworth and loves it. This person, I heard Wadsworth up and coming downtown area, doesn't know this person. And just like things like that coming out, and like we just kind of looked on a couple random sites for like places to put our business, and like this building came up in Wadsworth, and it's like Wadsworth just kind of kept coming. And then the clincher for me was when I heard like it's just a really tight community. So I was like, yeah, that's where I want to have a business. I want to have a business where people work together, where like, you're not just here in this bubble by yourself, but you're like part of making a great place for everybody. So yeah, that's the short of it. The long of it, I don't know.
Awesome. Oh, that's great. How did you choose the particular artists that you represent?
Nick, how did we meet?
I'd been up all night painting and just like came over here because I heard an art gallery open, and I think like as soon as I walked in and we met, you were like, "You want to do a show?" Yeah.
So the first time we met.
Oh, and I just like popped in for a second.
Nick pokes his head in the door, and he's like, "Hi, is this an art gallery? I'm an artist." No, it wasn't exactly like that, but it was kind of like that. And I was like, "Oh, I like him. I hope he comes back." And then like he didn't come back that night, but then a couple of days later, he just like shows up in the morning. He had been like up all night. He hasn't been to bed yet. It's like 10 in the morning. And he's like,
paint all over.
I'm like, I like this guy. And he's showing me his work on his phone, and I'm immediately like, whoa, there are some really cool paintings on here. Like, and this guy lives across the street. That's so cool. And he was like, I was trying to offer you a show, and you're like, no, I can't. I'm not good enough. And I'm just like, yes, you are. You're freaking awesome. And then I talked him into it. So that's like what really happens.
Awesome. How do you generally find other artists?
It's kind of just starts to network out. Like somebody that I have in, bring somebody, you know, or like, I have a lot of drop-in artists, like, I would say the majority of people kind of don't go through any sort of process to contact me. They just come right in with their artwork, and that's what I love about this place.
Awesome.
So that's actually a really fun thing, is like to have like the day be, you know, it's like you don't know who's gonna come in, and then somebody comes in and they have some like really cool stuff, and sometimes you know, you turn out to be friends with that person. Sometimes you mentor the person a little bit, or sometimes they mentor you a little bit. It's just like a cool environment.
Awesome. Again, kind of that sense of community. That's great. Okay. Next question is, how do the gallery and individual shows work, featuring artists, etc.?
Okay, so the gallery gift shop side has a lot of like super high quality, high end art that is like would be great for like a show in like the main gallery. But usually what kind of makes me choose a show for the main gallery is consistency of like practice, like in the craft, and like a collection development kind of thing. Like a strong brand, something being unique. I try to make like each show different from anything we've had, and I try to give it to somebody who's like an artist in like lots of layers, not just like I practice art, but like I like live like creatively, and I'm like, you know, like I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, because I think like that's like, and I have a lot of respect for like development of crafts, like, or like level of talent. But what I have more respect for is just somebody who's like constantly trying, even doesn't matter their level. You know what I'm saying? Like they're constantly trying to develop. But this person that's kind of naturally talented over here is maybe better, but like they also paint once in a while. Like I don't know. So.
Okay, awesome. Talk a little bit about your studio space and what classes are taught there.
So we have like a capacity for like 20-person class. We have like sort of a demo space where we have instructors come in that are pretty much all volunteers. Basically just like my friends right now. Like, so, well, actually that's not true, because some of them would become friends through that, but we do, like we have a teacher, Dave Petty, he's in Wadsworth. He's not a professional painter in the sense that he really makes any kind of living off of it, but he is like super talented and like giving and volunteering of his time like to every cause, and so like for me he's like the epitome of what this place is like for, like somebody who just like uses that gift in whatever way they can, but like he's our teacher. But anyway, he does acrylic effects. I'm like getting off on a rabbit trail. Acrylic effects, so he like has learned these methods over the years that are just like things that he just like plays with different stuff, and like, hey, I bought this at the hardware store and it made this cool effect. So that's like kind of my favorite class that like I invite people to, like the first time they do a class. So we just play with paint. We do like 100 different pieces. Everything is, it's like $20 for the whole night, and all those stuff's included. It's just like a fun thing.
Is there a regular schedule, is it available on your website or something like that?
So if you check out the website, I have some information on the classes, but it's like, I haven't been successful because of the, the current situation of like with COVID and stuff, of like having like a regular schedule with people actually showing up to the class. So like how I'm kind of doing it now is more like group classes where like everybody gets together, 6 people, and then we'll have it like people that are comfortable being around each other that can do the social distance and stuff like that. So
what plans do you have for community involvement?
We do like like a lot of like, so like shows with other, like we, I don't know, like if we did like a school show or like a kids show, or we did like the senior center show.
Okay.
So we tried to like host, we just kind of try to like host like every type of art in the community that we can. Like it's not, I mean, I still have sort of a process for choosing. It's not like everybody, you know, put up your art on the walls, but it's like we have an artist up here who's 10, and like she's really, I mean, you know, she's a great artist for a 10-year-old. Like she paints 5 paintings a day. Of course she's gonna hang a painting on the wall, you know, like, so but like if somebody were to come in and they weren't to read like the card and hear about her story, they might be like, I could paint this thing, like why is my art, you know, art not up in here, but so like, I don't know if that's sort of like not exactly answering your question, but it's like a side thought. But
I mean, like, I've been here before and people just kind of bounced ideas around, like before everything that happened.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about like a Halloween show or something, where like a bunch of people just had like some theme stuff to put up.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, so like if the downtown's having an event, we try to connect some way with that. We always do first Fridays and everything.
Yeah.
And then like I was thinking of it just a second ago and I lost it. Oh yeah, like we'll have like poetry night, or we'll have like we had this thing where like all the kids came in and made crafts and had hot chocolate, and like we read like stories to them, like with my friends, like little corgis or whatever, they're like therapy dogs. So I mean, like stuff like that. I don't know.
Okay. Awesome. No, I mean, it sounds like you're trying to connect with the community through First Fridays and other events that happen here downtown, and that's great. It's wonderful. Okay. And the last question that she gave me was, what would you like people to know about Manic on Main?
I want to make Nick in.
I mean, I think it's really helping the town out a lot with like artistic things, because we didn't really have something like that before. And I don't know, I've seen a few people like come in here that didn't paint or really do anything before, that now they're like trying to paint and do more things. It's kind of opened people's minds, from what I've seen, to be like more creative, and that it's okay to be creative. It doesn't all have to be high school football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, right.
There are other things in sports, right?
Yeah, it's okay to be weird.
Yep.
Yeah, it's okay to be weird. That's it. That should be like our like tagline.
Manic on Main. It's okay to be weird. I love it. That's awesome.
That would be a good.
Yeah, put that on a T-shirt.
There you go.
And then I'll put Nick Williams. If they don't know who Nick Williams is, then they don't get to buy a T-shirt.
No.
All right. Is there any last things you guys want to talk about or share with the group? Any words of wisdom about art in general?
I'm not.
On what?
About art in general, or the way you think about your work, or
I don't know. I'm sure it'll come to me as soon as this is over.
Of course.
You'll be at home tonight like, that would have been brilliant.
Dang, I should have said that.
I don't know, like, I guess I would just say, I mean, of course there's something, like, kind of divine about art, like there is about, like, a million things. But, like, I just think it's, like, there are a lot of people that find their connection through there, like, and so, like, you have, like, all these communities that are really valuable, you know, like, you know, around whatever hobby or whatever, but like, I don't know, I feel like Nick said, it's okay to be weird. Like, there's a lot of people that are weird that like art. Like, I've noticed, like, you know, I'm weird and I like art, so like, it's just kind of normal.
It's great that you're involving the community, and Nick, your work's fabulous. Hopefully we'll be able to get some shots of it so the members of the Art League can check it out, and we would most certainly invite you guys to come out to our meetings when we get a chance, or join our virtual meetings that we're having at the moment, since, you know, we can't get together in person. So alright, so we're in the lobby, front room.
Do you want me to talk or no?
Yeah, I guess if you want to maybe talk about some of the artists that you're currently showing, that'd be cool.
So pretty much everything you see on the walls in here are local artists. Wadsworth, or real close by Wadsworth. We have, this is Nick Williams right here. This is a fellow that we were just talking with, and yeah, so we do 2D art, a lot of, like I said, a lot of local, but we do like jewelry and handmade stuff from all over. Pretty much everything in the gallery is either handmade or a small design companies, but we do have a few other like gift items as well. Yeah. This lady, Carol Tomasic, I hope I got her last name right. She is incredible. She does all sorts of different, like everything kind of has the same vibe, but it's like she does sculpture, she does color pencil, she does acrylic paint, and she does it all like masterfully. My favorite piece up right now is this owl up here. Like she does like the wire work on that stuff. It's so beautiful, and like I love what she did with the talons, how she did like the kind of spiral, and she always finds these found objects like at antique stores and stuff. And like you'll be looking at something and be like, oh, that's a, you know, a drawer pull or whatever, and it's just cool stuff like bullet things there.
Yeah. Very awesome.
Yeah. I'm like really proud to have her in here.
Did she make the handbags as well? Or?
No, this is another awesome lady, Juliana Reed. Yeah, she's so she takes high-end like recycle you know, bags, and then she refinishes them into something new.
Okay, very neat.
And she also does these kind of scrap wraps, they're called.
Okay.
Oh. I'm like looking at you like, I don't know what this lady's doing. You know, she's like calling somebody. Yeah. Just see what you're doing. Isn't this a new place? I love it. So, in here we have just like more, we're starting to get more gifty items to like, we have some like, bath and body stuff, and, am I supposed to talk about that stuff? Is that like stupid to talk about? This is like an art thing.
You know what, but people want
to know whatever you'd like.
People want to know what's in here.
I'm like, I don't want to sound like I'm being salesy, like I'm just kind of talking about it. No, I could just talk about, well, yeah, but the handmade like stuff that the people make is cool too, though. It's all like art. Do you guys have like woodworkers and stuff like that?
Oh, so a little bit of everything.
Well, we're a very eclectic group.
Oh, that's great.
Believe me.
So yeah, these are awesome. These are Mike McNasty, who is like arguably the nicest guy in the whole world. Just will sit over at Simon's Coffee and like do these with a Bic pen, and they're like incredible. But he is retired from like a career in art, and he's a really kind of like simple pleasures kind of guy. He's really cool, and I think his art kind of shows that. what's his name? Mike McNusky. Those are some Dave Petty's. Those are some of our acrylic effects stuff. So that's like he likes to do all just these different things with like stuff he'll find like wallpaper paste or like joint compound, or he just likes to just experiment with materials.
Awesome. I love those.
I want to take a picture of you filming and you talking.
No.
You know, just like how we have to do these things online.
This is kind of a mess in here. I need to redo it, but yeah. So this is some folk art by Cigar Box Designs. Allison worked at Wadsworth Brewing Company for years. She still does, but I think she's she's having a baby. So, and then these are brand new. A lady, she's from Chile, but she's been in Wadsworth for 2 years. Her name's Carola Rock. Does just a beautiful job at these folk art slates.
Is it slate? Yeah.
Yeah, and I love her Wadsworth gazebo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's awesome. Love it.
Those are done by Fairtrade Colombian group of women. Oh, okay. I love this story. So Ed has been coming in for like a year, and like he never painted before ever, and he keeps coming back like every month and like showing me his stuff, showing me his stuff, and like asking me like, what can I change? He's like, he did that, and I was like, that is really awesome. Like, he just started painting, and he's just really working hard. So I just thought that was so cool.
Spectacular.
Like,
I love the idea behind it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know, he put it in just the right place on the canvas.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Absolutely.
It's his evolution over the past year. Like, it just gives me hope that if I just keep painting, maybe I could be good at it. Like, actually, instead of just going off on a rabbit trail. But I don't know.
It's just, just give, like
sure, like
an outline.
Mm-hmm.
Something to talk about.
Those are Katie Hollow, I think it's her grandparents own Hollow Paper Craft, which is like the coolest place to go get anything made of paper in Brunswick. But those are all self-portraits. She does all these. I wish I could just fill up a whole room with her self-portraits because they're all so different. They all have a different vibe. But she does art for therapy. Like, it helps her feel better. That's really the only reason she does it. She does it every single day of her life. And
I taught in Brunswick, so.
You know Katie?
I know the whole Hollow family. I'm not sure I know her, but I spent half my paycheck at Hollow.
Oh, I love Hollow.
And that's where we got all our stuff for prom, because we
Yeah.
were always decorating for prom.
Katie's also, she's schizophrenic, and she
She's
show me
in with the Hollow family.
She'll show me her like a piece and be like, this is right after I got out of the hospital, this is when I was in the hospital, that's how she like timelines her pieces. I was having a really bad day this day.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. How old is she?
She's younger than me. I think she's probably like early 30s.
That's another piece by Nick Williams.
So she could have been. I don't remember having any of the Hollows. I actually did. I thought
This is the studio space.
Oh, you know what? A friend of mine is meeting me Wednesday in Wadsworth, and I told her.
Bye, Carol.
This is our messy studio.
Yeah.